but they can't. So
No, you don't wish everyone could do it. You make money in this bracket.
this is true.
Let me ask you, your team's in the news today, Le'Veon Bell. He's frustrated because he has been randomly drug tested for
5 times.
5 times.
Yeah.
And I think it's 10 weeks.
I mean, maybe it's just the New York mystique, but I don't get too much into the political parts of why they do what they do. At the end of the day, you guys are there to serve a purpose, and that's to win games and bring revenue to the city, But Le'Veon, I have to agree with him. I mean, if you get drug tested, 5 times in 10 weeks, there's a problem here. What you guys don't trust me, I'm clean.
That's exactly what they're saying. Hell no, they don't trust him. That's exactly what they're saying.
Yeah, but at least just say it.
Right.
No, they're not even. See, I think it's pettier than that. To me, you can have a random test. That's in the CBA.
Yeah.
Look at Le'Veon Bell's season. It's not like anyone thinks he's on PEDs right now. And these are PED tests.
Right.
So why did they randomly select him? Could it have something to do with the fact that he held out all of last year and showed a path for other players that they're willing to hold out, that they can control their own destiny?
In full disclosure, we have an obligation to bring this up. They say it's some computer.
Oh, yeah, random computer. Yeah. Computer system.
Selects and,
Yeah.
we just have an obligation to point that out.
Okay, well, if computers are doing that, so are we going to put computers on the sidelines now and let them coach the games and things of that nature?
They might try it.
They might try it, right? Oh, man.
See how bad it's gotten.
That might trend now.
Think about that. You got officials missing calls all the time.
This
You
is
got to
true.
send it to New York. And it comes back.
Well,
And
we
even
official.
then, they still get it wrong.
We
But even
official.
then,
They
they
should
still
send
get
it
it
to
wong.
Baseball, they're talking about
Yeah.
replacing umps with computers, basically, with
Experts talk about
lasers
it.
and stuff.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
that's
it's all
only good if it
about
makes the game faster.
protecting, revenue. Quarterbacks are very valuable. Wide receivers very valuable. This is why we're getting more OPIs and things of that nature. But as far as the game goes, it's slowing the game up so much that
Yeah, I
people are
agree.
losing interest.
Let me ask you this question. Talk to me about why you're still a Jets fan. I think that's very, very, very important. This is a team that hasn't been in the playoffs since 2010. Their history of ineptitude is incredibly alarming. I think you have a head coach that shouldn't be the damn head coach. What's the deal?
It's a love-hate relationship, but
Okay.
I'm a Long Island kid, so we're Mets and Jets all day.
My boy Jeff in California ain't from Long Island. He's from Queens, not from Long Island though.
Oh,
And he's a Mets and Jets fan too. I don't understand it.
It's okay. Let's say it's where we're living. It's not a lot of things going on.
Gotcha.
Let's put it that way. People don't even think Long Island is part of New York sometimes, and it pisses me off. But the Jets were always a staple there. They used to practice there, I think, at Hofstra University back in the day.
That's father's alma mater.
Yeah, see? I used to play Pee Wee football, and they would bring us there to meet the team, and we never got to meet the Sack Exchange. They kept us away from those guys, right? I recently got to meet Marty Lyons a couple of weeks ago at the Jets home game when they wore the
Talk
old
about
black
Marty
attack.
Lyons.
Yes.
Gaston, Joe Clever.
Yes.
This makes me think of I need to know. You said you're Mets and Jets. So Wu-Tang, how did that break down? Did you all have like sports arguments when you guys were coming up ever?
Those guys don't even watch TV, man.
Dirty wasn't arguing. Nah, it's the Giants.
Dirty could have cared less about sports. If it had on the skirt, he'd care about that. But that's just
I'm sure I heard some Wu-Tang references to sports. I'd have to
Yeah,
think
some
about
of us, believe it or not, Raekwon the Chef used to pitch in Little League, you know. Some of us have some type of, athletic ability. I used to play football, Deck played basketball. But I don't think they're as into the sports as myself and, let's say, Inspector Deck. Inspector Deck, more basketball, me more football. And lacrosse.
Lacrosse?
Get lacrosse, yes.
You played lacrosse?
I played lacrosse. I'm a Long Island
Well, we
kid.
can't knock that. Jim Brown
Boy, it's a
played
good thing
lacrosse.
that didn't come out in 94 or
Jim
something
Brown
like that.
played lacrosse.
Man, lacrosse is a brutal sport,
I know it.
please.
I like lacrosse.
It's like hockey, but on
you
foot.
play lacrosse, why didn't you play football?
Lacrosse season came right after football.
Okay.
No, before football. Football would come.
Gotcha.
So
All right.
they both went hand in hand.
Okay.
And then there were some guys that were playing Little League, football, lacrosse, as well as basketball. Because basketball was all year round in Long Island. You know what I mean? So
Let me ask you this. Do you believe in Sam Darnold that he could potentially take your team to a Super Bowl?
I think it's going to take some time. If we do get there, I think the defense will bring us there before anything. But I like Darnold. He reminds me of Favre. I know that's like everyone says that. But I wouldn't kiss him.
You're wrong for that.
I mean, hey.
He was late for sixth period because he was playing spin the bottle, wound up
You
with mono.
forget he's like 20 years old.
He's like 18.
Oh, my goodness.
It happens.
Junior high school, like
I'm sorry I had to do that. Sam, I love you, bro.
I got you.
I had to do it.
You got love for Adame Gase? Give it to me, man.
Yeah. Let's just leave it. Let's just
Go ahead, Max. Go ahead.
I look at the Jets. I see on offense Sam Darnold, and Le'Veon Bell's not going to be in his prime by the time Sam Darnold's ready to win. If he is, because he looks pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Don't you guys need some skills positions players who can perform on an elite level?
I don't know what it is about New York, but even with the Knicks, it's like this. It's not. We're not appealing to some of these players to want to come here and play with us, you know. The Jets, like you said, we've been at the bottom of the barrel for a very long time. There's only one place for us to go but up now. Even the Giants. You think about these things, and every year when they do the draft and we watch the Jets draft, it's one faux pas after after another. I don't know. But like I said, if you're a diehard Jet fan, you're going to watch the games, you're going to support the team, good or bad.
Let's go to a more positive note, all right? If you were a betting man, Miami, Super Bowl, who would be your picks? AFC, NFC?
Right now, the Patriots look great. They're great for the league. And San Francisco. Defenses win championships. Yeah.
About New Orleans, they got a defense.
I like New Orleans. I like New Orleans. My son is a big New Orleans fan. Drew Brees is on my fantasy team. He's my fantasy quarterback. You know, I wish I had Kamara.
Wait, you play season fantasy still?
Yeah.
Oh, it's daily fantasy now, Meth.
I don't get it.
Daily fantasy.
I don't get it. I mean, I'm still new to just, season
No, you got to do. Okay, I'll put you on
right,
daily fantasy. That'll be the end of that.
Let me get to. You mind if I bring up Myles Garrett?
Go ahead, bring him.
What are your thoughts about the suspension that ultimately was handed down to him, suspended for the rest of the season? And he's appealing it, obviously. I think the news is coming down about that, but he was suspended for the rest of the season, et cetera, basically because he hit Mason Rudolph with the helmet. We heard an apology from Mason Rudolph yesterday saying that he wasn't innocent in all of this, et cetera. He could have handled it better. What are your thoughts about that?
I respected Rudolph for doing that. Myles Garrett, I think the punishment fit the crime. But some people would think that it should lead into the next season because, I see players getting altercations all the time, right? And those helmets come off. But it's very rare that they swing that helmet at someone's head. Whatever's going through their head, I don't want to hurt my team. I don't want to lose my bonus, whatever. Myles, it just seemed like just for a second there, when the helmet came off, everything stopped for a moment, and then he swung it. It could have been something Rudolph had said to him, but in the back of his head, what should have been in the back of his head was, is this going to hurt my team? Yes. It definitely hurt your team. And he's going to appeal it.
He's going to appeal it, but
that's the best analysis I've heard of the Garrett thing.
Do you believe he should be suspended for the rest of the season? Because that's what the NFL did.
Yep. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I agree. I agree with the NFL's decision to suspend him for the rest of the season.
But not next season.
No. The punishment fits the crime, period. I think the punishment fits the crime. But it's not really hurting Cleveland right now because they're definitely not going to the playoffs.
Let's get to you. I mentioned the podcast. Tell us about it and what you're working on.
Marvels. This is, any kid that grew up reading comic books and loving comic books, Marvel is a dream job for anybody. So when I got the call to do a podcast, I was on it. And what the podcast was about is a book that I actually own called Marvels, artwork done by Alex Ross, water paint color, incredible. If you guys can pick it up, pick it up. So they take